Imagine a brightly lit children's party. Rainbow streamers and balloons bob in the air. A jovial figure, clad in a full clown costume with a shock of orange hair, entertains the crowd with playful antics and a booming laugh. This is John Wayne Gacy, better known as Pogo the Clown. But amidst the merriment, a television flickers in the background, displaying a chilling news report. A teenage boy has vanished, last seen with the man in the clown suit. The juxtaposition is stark, a haunting foreshadowing of the darkness lurking beneath the painted smile. John Wayne Gacy had meticulously cultivated an image. A successful businessman, he was a fixture at local fundraising events, photographed hobnobbing with politicians and community leaders. He volunteered with youth organizations, throwing birthday parties for children as Pogo. Yet, beneath the surface, cracks began to show. Whispers of a troubled past, an abusive father, a history of running away as a teenager, hinted at a less than idyllic upbringing. However, a more disturbing detail emerged: a teenage arrest for a similar crime, a crime for which he served time in prison. Did no one connect the dots? Gacy's charisma and outward success, perhaps, were so convincing that they overshadowed any lingering suspicion. Maybe law enforcement, with limited resources compared to today, failed to properly investigate his past. Gacy's construction company wasn't just about small projects. It was a calculated operation. He often targeted struggling young men, those recently unemployed or from broken homes. He advertised in local papers for general laborers or construction assistants, positions that didn't require extensive experience. This tactic allowed him to lure young men desperate for work into a situation where they were alone with him, away from public scrutiny. The Pogo persona added another layer of deceit. Gacy volunteered at youth centers and hosted children's parties, creating a facade of friendliness and trustworthiness. This allowed him to gain access to potential victims and build a rapport with their families, further deflecting suspicion. He might even offer rides after events, isolating young men and creating a false sense of security. Mark, a bright 15-year-old with a contagious smile, was Gacy's next target. After his exciting news about the job opportunity, he spent the next few days helping Gacy clean up a rental property. Gacy showered him with praise for his work ethic, even offering to pay him extra for an additional task at his house on Saturday. Mark, eager to impress and earn more money for his basketball camp, readily agreed. His parents, although slightly apprehensive, trusted Gacy's friendly demeanor and community standing. Saturday came, and Mark left for Gacy's house, never to return. His worried parents contacted Gacy, who feigned concern and even joined the initial search parties. News of Mark's disappearance spread quickly through the close-knit community. It wasn't the first time a young man with ties to Gacy had vanished. Whispers turned to panicked conversations, unease settling over the once idyllic town. Parents grounded their children, fearing a predator lurking among them. Local news outlets picked up on the story, and grainy photographs of missing boys, including Mark's smiling face, became a constant reminder of the growing fear. The community buzzed with speculation and theories, some outlandish, some eerily close to the truth. The pressure mounted on the police to find the missing boys and bring the perpetrator to justice. Joan, Mark's mother, refused to accept the possibility that her son was gone. Fueled by a fierce love and a gnawing suspicion about Gacy's involvement, she became a relentless force. She tirelessly contacted the police, urging them to investigate Gacy more thoroughly. Unswayed by his outward display of concern, she even confronted him directly, demanding answers. Joan turned to the media, sharing Mark's story and refusing to let his case fade from the public eye. Her unwavering determination inspired other families facing the agonizing reality of missing loved ones. She connected with them, forming a support group that pressured the police for answers and refused to let the disappearances become cold cases. With the growing public pressure and Joan's relentless pursuit, the police investigation into Gacy shifted gears. Inconsistencies in Gacy's statements about Mark's disappearance became glaring under closer scrutiny. His alibi for the day Mark vanished crumbled as a neighbor recalled seeing Gacy's car near the rental property where Mark had been working. Investigators followed up on leads from other young men who had previously worked for Gacy, their stories painting a disturbing picture of inappropriate behavior and unsettling experiences. One mentioned a strange chemical smell that clung to Gacy's clothing after working in a cramped crawl space beneath his house, a detail that would later prove crucial. Armed with a search warrant and a growing sense of dread, the police prepared to descend upon Gacy's house, a place that seemed ordinary on the surface, but held a horrifying secret within. The oppressive summer heat hung heavy in the air, thick with a sickeningly sweet odor that intensified as officers approached the house. Gone was the welcoming scent of freshly cut grass Gacy often boasted about. The jovial facade Gacy cultivated began to crumble as forced entry revealed a chaotic interior. Furniture overturned, throw rugs haphazardly strewn about, and a thick layer of dust coated everything. A chilling testament to Gacy's desperate attempt to conceal his crimes. The source of the stench became horrifyingly clear as officers lifted a floorboard in the crawl space. A human skull stared back at them, its empty sockets a chilling accusation. A collective gasp rippled through the officers. The weight of the situation pressed down on them. They had suspected the worst, but the grim reality surpassed their worst nightmares. With each removed floorboard, the story unfolded. Lime scattered throughout the crawl space, a futile attempt to mask the putrid odor, became a macabre detail etched in the minds of the investigators. The once ordinary crawl space became a monstrous parody of a crypt, a testament to a monster who hid in plain sight. The sheer number of victims unearthed was staggering. Medical examiners arrived, their faces grim with a professional detachment that masked the raw horror of the scene. News outlets broadcasted live reports from outside the crime scene, their cameras blurring the gruesome details but leaving no doubt about the horrors that transpired within. The investigation shifted from a missing persons case to a full-blown serial murder investigation. The task ahead was daunting, identifying the victims, piecing together a timeline of events, understanding Gacy's motives, and confronting the psychological darkness that fueled his crimes. Forensic teams meticulously sifted through the crawl space, a grim ballet of white coveralls and yellow evidence tape. Personal belongings, a high school class ring, a worn leather wallet, a half-read paperback novel, became the last whispers of the lives stolen. DNA analysis, a relatively new technology at the time, offered a glimmer of hope for identifying some victims, but for others, the wait for a confirmed identity would be agonizingly long. The process of identifying the victims became a race against time and a battle against emotional fatigue. Dental records, fingerprints, and personal belongings recovered from the crawl space became the key pieces in the puzzle. For some families, the news brought a grim sense of closure, the confirmation of their worst fears. For others, the agonizing wait continued, fueled by a desperate hope that their loved one might still be alive. News outlets shared descriptions of recovered items in the hopes of jogging a memory and reuniting victims with their families. A worn photograph tucked away in a wallet, a distinctive tattoo described by a friend, a personalized inscription on a religious pendant. These seemingly ordinary objects became the threads that could unravel the tapestry of Gacy's crimes and bring some solace to the grieving families. The trial captivated the nation. John Wayne Gacy, the seemingly upstanding businessman and beloved children's entertainer, stood accused of unthinkable crimes. The courtroom became a stage for a chilling performance. The prosecution meticulously laid out their case, a horrifying tapestry woven from witness testimonies, young men bravely recounting their encounters with Gacy, physical evidence from the crawl space painting a stark picture. Gacy's defense team attempted to portray him as mentally unstable, but their arguments were overshadowed by the overwhelming evidence. Recordings of police interviews revealed a chilling lack of remorse, a depraved mind boasting of his crimes in a detached and almost clinical manner. The trial served a dual purpose: to deliver justice for the victims and to expose the depths of human depravity that could lurk beneath the surface of a seemingly ordinary facade. It became a cautionary tale, a chilling reminder that monsters can walk among us disguised as friendly neighbors or helpful businessmen. The verdict: guilty. A wave of relief washed over the courtroom, a bittersweet victory for the families who had endured unimaginable pain. The sentence was the death penalty. Gacy's crimes shattered the illusion of safety and exposed the vulnerability that lurked beneath the surface of ordinary life. It sparked a national conversation about criminal profiling, leading to a deeper understanding of predatory behavior. Law enforcement protocols were reevaluated, with a stronger focus on following up on missing person reports, profiling potential suspects, and implementing preventative measures to protect vulnerable populations. The city that once held Gacy in high regard grappled with the aftermath. Community events were tinged with a sense of unease. Parents became more vigilant about their children's safety, instilling a healthy dose of caution and stranger danger awareness. Memorials were erected, places for families to grieve and remember their lost loved ones. The once vibrant community center where Gacy volunteered now stood as a chilling reminder of the darkness that can hide in plain sight. John Wayne Gacy's crimes left a lasting impact. They heightened awareness of predatory behavior, forever changing the way communities viewed strangers and interacted with their surroundings. His case became a cornerstone in the development of criminal profiling, offering crucial insights into the minds of serial killers. Gacy's story serves as a stark reminder of the evil that can hide in plain sight. It is a tribute to the unwavering determination of those who seek justice, the police investigators, the tireless families, and the forensic teams who brought the truth to light. Most importantly, it is a call to remember the victims. Their stories stand as a reminder to stay vigilant, to trust your instincts, and to protect the vulnerable in our communities. Let their memory be a beacon, guiding us towards a safer future, where the darkness is illuminated by the unwavering pursuit of justice and the unwavering love of families who refuse to let their sons and brothers be forgotten. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this.
It's London Lee.